What's really going to send crypto higher? What are the major catalysts that we actually have to look out for and basically prepare ourselves for now? That's what I wanted to talk about today, guys, in this video. We're going to get into specifically 5 different catalysts that I personally am identifying right now in the market where basically these sort of things, not necessarily in this order, but these are some of the things that I think are going to really send us higher. We're all waiting on an altcoin season. Let's just call it what it is. We're holding these altcoin bags. We're wondering what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, etc. So smash the like button, subscribe down below if you haven't already. Definitely join my inner circle as well. That is a private community. Link down below at the top of the description. You're going to get access to my entire full portfolio, the moves that I'm making. You're going to join an amazing community, a bunch of great perks. Check it out. Link down below. More coming, by the way, too. We're getting ready to start a new portfolio, and the price is going to go up. So this is kind of your last chance to get in at 90 cents a day. So there's a link down below. But let's get into it. We've got to start up top with the macro, right? And I'm just going to talk at you guys here. I want your thoughts, too, down below in the comments. But we got to talk about interest rate cuts. Okay, we got one, which is great. Right? Awesome. We got our first interest rate cut. And really what this does is it's liquidity easing, right? So when central banks, especially the United States Fed, when they cut rates, money becomes cheaper. Risk assets like crypto, tech stocks, all of these different commodities, they thrive when liquidity floods back into markets. And we know that we're in an institutionally driven bull run right now. And a lot of us as retail investors, we're just trying to ride up with the institutions, right? But as interest rate cuts come, this is going to be a major catalyst. I do think we're going to get at least one more this year. I'd like to see 2 more. And with all of this, in terms of the macro, comes falling inflation. And this is a big catalyst as well. Lower inflation gives what? It gives investors more confidence in holding more volatile assets like crypto and altcoins. We've seen Bitcoin do its thing, but Bitcoin's digital gold. It's a hedge against inflation, right? And it's really playing out that way. But lower inflation is going to give investors way more confidence to get into altcoins. And then we've got the concerns with U.S. debt and dollar weakness. So as global debt is rising, some investors hedge against fiat with scarce assets like Bitcoin. And we need that to become part of the altcoin cycle too. And I think one of the big catalysts that we're going to have are ETFs. And that's where this next number 2 comes in, institutional and ETF catalyst. So outside of the macro, we're going into the institutional side. So we've already seen Bitcoin ETFs unlock billions of dollars in inflows. And Ethereum's starting to catch up a little bit, but what about XRP? What about Solana? What about SWI? What about HBAR, Chainlink, Ondo, etc.? This could create massive new demand for these risky assets in an environment in which we hope to get to here in the next 3 to 6 months. We've also got the treasury companies popping up. But outside of treasury companies, which could be a fad, we'll see, time will tell. It's really about corporate adoption. And we've seen what MicroStrategy has been able to do. And if we start to see corporate treasury companies, big companies put crypto, not just Bitcoin, but crypto on the balance sheets, that's going to be huge. And I think we're going to see that come, and I'll tell you guys why when we get to our third catalyst. But we've already got BlackRock, JP Morgan, Citi, Fidelity. They're already piloting tokenization of bonds, real estate, equities, funds. This institutional RWA tokenization that's happening right now, this could potentially bring in trillions in future inflows. And this is why crypto, in a lot of ways, is still a long-term game. But a lot of us want it now. I get that, right? Well, the third catalyst kind of goes into this. It's regulatory catalyst. And some of this could happen very, very soon. The Crypto Clarity Act, right? We've got the Genius Act pushed through, but if Congress passes stablecoin regulation or defines tokens more clearly, which they've already done with stablecoins, this is where the institutions can now allocate without fear of SEC lawsuits. Let's just be clear. Now, the SEC has been public about how they want to create way more transparency. They want to work in the digital asset space. But you've got Europe with their MiCA regulations. You've got Asia with Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan. They're all pushing for clear frameworks that could shift liquidity flows. And regulatory catalysts are going to be a big part of the picture over the next 3 to 6 months. Number 4 would have to be adoption and technology, right? Adoption and technology catalysts are also big. I mean, just look at the Bitcoin halving first and foremost. So April 2024's effects are still unfolding, the Bitcoin halving. Each halving historically sets the stage for a parabolic run anywhere from 12 to 18 months later. Okay. So if you look at April 2024 as the last halving, of course, April 2025 would be 12 months. May would be 13, right? June would be 14, July 15, August 16, September 17, October 18. So October, anybody? Yeah, maybe, hopefully that's what we all want to see. And we're also seeing a lot of scaling upgrades, especially from the Ethereum side of things with their L2s. They're growing like crazy. Base, Arbitrum, Optimism, etc. You got Solana growing in interest with their high throughput. Avalanche has their subnet model, making crypto more usable. And you've also got, in terms of adoption and technology catalyst, the convergence of AI and blockchain. Tokens like BitTensor Tau, Fetch AI, Near Protocol. They're all blending AI with crypto, pulling in hype and capital. And I think this narrative is going to come back big time. You've got DeFi and RWAs, perpetual DEX growth. We've seen what's happened with Aster and Hype, right? But RWAs, that's going to be a big one too, right? Real world assets, bonds, real estate, equities, securities, all coming on chain are going to be key in this current cycle's narrative. And you've also got the adoption of payments. PayPal's integrating crypto into peer-to-peer transactions. You've got Visa, MasterCard, blockchain pilots. You got Ripple and XRP with their stablecoin projects, in Japan with SBI Holdings. This is all driving mainstream use, and it's all happening right now, even though it doesn't feel like it. All right. And the final catalyst that I want to get into is geopolitical. Dollar sanctions, right? Countries like BRICS, members that are exploring alternatives to US dollar reserves, they, I believe, are going to accelerate their Bitcoin and crypto adoption. And along with this, you've got election cycles, right? A pro-crypto Trump or another administration that's going to come in, whether it's in the United States or not, pushing blockchain adoption is always going to be bullish. And it's always going to be a policy driver and a market driver, right? So the perfect storm for a bull run would be, which I think we can get all of this. The Fed continues to cut rates, which weakens the dollar. Risk on assets go up. Bitcoin's halving supply shocks kick in. Bitcoin sees new all-time highs. Then that capital flows back into altcoins. More ETFs, right? Spot Solana ETFs, XRP ETFs, and basket ETFs, which is something we've been talking about a lot too. Clearer U.S. regulatory framework, which all of this so far looks like to be on the horizon. Institutional tokenization scales, real-time scaling, and then payments integration. This accelerating. So this is kind of where we are right now. We're in the middle of it all. We're really close, I think, to a breakthrough. And honestly, I'm just staying in the game. That's simply put, I'm just not going anywhere. I'm staying in the game. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Again, check out the Inner Circle if you want to join my private community, get access to my entire portfolio, see the moves I'm making. And I appreciate you guys for watching.